Healthy soil is more than just dirt. Beneath the surface lives a world of bacteria working around the clock to protect roots, recycle nutrients, and fight off plant disease. Gardeners often struggle with fungal infections, wilt, or root rot, but rarely stop to consider the soil microbes that act like the immune system of the ground. When you create the right environment for these bacteria, plants don't just survive, they thrive with fewer problems, stronger growth, and improved yields. These disease-fighting bacteria are nature's frontline defense. Among the most beneficial soil microbes are species like Bacillus subtilis and Pseudomonas fluorescens. These bacteria live right around plant roots in what's called the rhizosphere. Their strength lies in their ability to outcompete harmful pathogens, produce natural antibiotics, and form protective films around roots. Think of them as guardians that crowd out invaders before they get the chance to cause damage. A soil rich in these bacteria will naturally resist common diseases like damping off, blights, and soil-borne fungi. In practical terms, when a seed germinates in microbe-rich soil, its tiny root hairs immediately come into contact with friendly bacteria. These bacteria not only shield the roots from disease, but also help plants absorb nutrients more efficiently. This combination means fewer losses in the garden and stronger resilience when conditions get tough. The fastest way to grow these protective bacteria is to feed the soil with organic matter. They thrive on decaying plant material, carbon compounds, and the sugars exuded by roots. Adding well-rotted compost, mulch, and green manures creates the buffet they need to multiply. A simple and effective practice is to spread a 2 to 3 inch layer of shredded leaves or straw around plants. As it breaks down, the mulch releases carbon that bacteria quickly colonize. Compost teas made from a mix of mature compost, molasses, and water can also be applied directly to beds to reintroduce bacterial life. A ratio of 1 part compost to 10 parts water, brewed for 24 hours with aeration, creates a liquid inoculant that can be watered in at the root zone. By repeating these feedings every few weeks during the growing season, you are essentially building an army of beneficial microbes that keep harmful organisms at bay. Just like plants, beneficial bacteria need the right balance of air and water. Too much water in the soil becomes anaerobic, favoring disease-causing microbes instead. Too little water and the beneficial bacteria dry out and die back. Consistent moisture in the soil, especially under mulch, is the key. Raised beds or, loosened soil with organic amendments allow more oxygen to penetrate the root zone. This oxygen, it fuels bacterial growth and increases their ability to compete with pathogens. A gardener can test this balance by grabbing a handful of soil. If it clumps together but crumbles apart easily when pressed, it has the right structure to host thriving bacterial colonies. Plants are not passive in this relationship. Through their roots, they release sugars, amino acids, and other compounds known as exudates. These exudates act like signals that attract specific bacteria the plant wants around it. For example, legumes attract rhizobia bacteria to fix nitrogen, while many vegetables recruit Pseudomonas strains to shield them from fungal disease. The more diverse the plants in a garden, the more diverse the microbial population becomes. A gardener who rotates crops, interplants different species, or adds cover crops like clover or rye will notice healthier soil season after season. Diversity in roots equals diversity in microbes, which translates directly to resilience against disease. While feeding and mulching encourage natural populations, sometimes soils really need a boost. Commercial inoculants of Bacillus subtilis or Pseudomonas fluorescens are available in powder or liquid form. Mixing a tablespoon of inoculant into a gallon of water and drenching seedling trays or planting holes introduces these guardians directly where they're needed. When combined with organic practices like mulching and compost additions, these inoculants establish long-term colonies. Over time, they integrate into the soil community and continue multiplying without repeated applications. This makes them an affordable, practical tool for both small gardens and larger food plots. The key to success is consistency. A single compost tea or mulch layer will help, but but it is the steady feeding, watering, and plant diversity over months and years that transforms soil into a disease-resistant ecosystem. When bacteria populations stabilize, plants spend less energy defending themselves and more energy producing food, flowers, and healthy growth. Gardeners who commit to these practices often find that problems like blight, wilt, and damping off decrease dramatically without chemical sprays. The soil takes on a rich, earthy smell, crops grow stronger, and the entire garden becomes more self-sustaining. Instead of fighting disease after it appears, the smarter path is to grow the soil bacteria that prevent it from taking hold in the first place. With organic matter, steady moisture, root diversity, and occasional inoculants, you can build a soil that actively shields plants against harmful pathogens. This is the foundation of truly resilient gardening. If this guide gave you insights into strengthening your soil, make sure to subscribe to HydroHaven and share this with fellow gardeners. Together we can spread these practical, time-tested methods and help more growers work with the living power of their soil.